Hello and welcome, everybody. We are here for our energy encouragement for July 25th. We'll just make this through the end of the month here, July 2022. We are moving our way into the new moon in the fiery sign of Leo. That will be taking place on July 28th at 1:55 p.m., the same day that the planet Jupiter, the benefic, the expanding planet, the planet of good fortune, goes retrograde in the sign of Aries, I do believe. Jupiter, yes, it's in Aries. So, the new moon, 5 degrees, 38 minutes, according to the chart that I drew up here. Some really key things standing out: to be courageous, to live from your heart-centered space. Leo, represented by the sun, so it's in its home sign there, represents the 5th house, which is our house of creativity, children, and it's something that we should be proud of. Leo gets a bad rap because on the low aspect of it, it can be very egotistical, but in all actuality, finding that evolutionary astrology purpose of the energy of Leo is to be proud of who you are, to take great pride in the things that you've overcame, who you are as an authentic person. And so I find that to be really beautiful, and it's a time where we're going through so many different changes in the old guard going into the new guard. So it's really a time to, wear your crown of authenticity, to be proud of who you are. Hopefully you've followed your own inner divine and have really got into your authentic self and started living in that manner. Again, rules the 5th house, so make sure you're making time, and it could be a planting of the seed of that, making time for fun, starting new creative projects, having a mindset or an awareness of how you nurture yourself, how you nurture children, how you nurture others, and really a time of planting a seed of creating new things, right? The old guard is falling. Thank you, Jesus. The old Babylonian towers, right? We're seeing this in the collective, especially with the Pluto return of the United States, of these political parties, right? Whatever it is to separate, divide, conquer. We're seeing this dismantling. We're seeing this uprooting of things that are not in integrity. And so it's really important that we go into our heart space and be proud of who we are. Be proud of the decisions that we're planting the seeds here with this new moon to make. And be proud and passionate that you have came to this exact time in the earth experience, right, as a human, and allowing ourselves to get creative, to start co-creating the world we wish to see, and not being too anchored into that paradigm that's crumbling, that timeline that's falling away, that timeline that's being revealed, right? There's still a lot of decisions and actions that we need to take and make sure that we're living in our authenticity and being courageous, not binding to those old timelines and paradigms that are crumbling, or even past experiences you've had, not being defined by them, but starting to create things on how you want them to be in your life and in the collective. And so the reason I'm bringing up this energy of not holding on to things of the past and not being too set in fixed ideology, right? Leo is a fixed energy. Taurus is a fixed energy. Aquarius is fixed. And which other one? Taurus. I think that's it. So there's 4 elements, 3 fixed, cardinal, mutable. Okay, so there we go. I covered it. Anyway, we have the Mars-Uranus conjunction that's going to be taking place in a fixed earth sign as well, Taurus, moving its way closer to the north node, where we're really going to see the amping. We're already kind of seeing it now, of changes, quick changes. So don't be set. It's a really, all of the fixed energy people have a lot of placements or planets in fixed energy are probably going to be feeling this more intensely. But what I'm bringing to awareness, even for myself, having a fixed Taurus moon, right? Earth sign, to not be too fixed on things, because there's going to be a lot of wild cards with that Uranus-Mars conjunction. Some of that could be volatility. Some of that could be literally an uptick in earth changes. Taurus also rules our food. The time of this new moon in Leo, we have Ceres, about 3 degrees. This is an asteroid that I'm going to cover a little bit today. Ceres is at about 3 degrees and taking place with this sun and moon at 5 degrees 38 seconds. So I pulled up Ceres and what she stands for. And so where this is specifically in your chart will be where you are representing that energy. So the dwarf planet Ceres is the largest and the first of the discovered asteroids found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Ceres is named after the Roman goddess Ceres. The Greek goddess counterpart was Demeter. I've seen that one in one of my angel cards, actually, or my goddess cards. Ceres is considered one of the 4 major asteroids, along with Juno, Vesta, and Pallas Athena in astrology. Its dwarf planet association is due to its elliptical shape. Ceres was the goddess of fertility and agriculture. Look what's happening right now, right? With the Roe versus Wade. The Roe versus Wade is being propagated by the media that it's taken rights away, but what it was doing was taking it out of the federal hands and turning it back to the states, which is a good thing. Ceres themes. In astrology, Ceres rules food, agriculture, nourishment, transitions in the female life. So when you're going from youth to adulthood, right? When we start menstruating, when we start co-creating or pregnancy even. Ceres. So with Ceres, there's a strong need to nurture and to protect, as well as treat other living beings, including animals, with respect and reverence. Ceres is connected also to grief. So if you've been pushing out grief, if you've been ignoring grief, this could be a huge time where, planning it with this new moon in Leo to be courageous, to face the depth of grief. We're grieving not only personal grievances in our own life, but we're also grieving things on the collective. And so pay attention to that. Ceres is connected to grief, as well as the possibility of destroying everything in one's path in order to regain what is lost. She might also be connected to separation and time sharing, as Ceres is a mythological, had to strike a deal with Pluto in mythology, who had abducted her daughter Persephone, where she was to return Persephone to him for a portion of the year. Ceres can describe our caregiving, nurturing, and loving qualities. So this is a time, with it being with the new moon in Leo, to be courageous, to defend what you nurture, to defend all living things, animals included. Look what's being revealed. 4,000 beagles were rescued from all of the very barbaric things that were being done to them, funded through the NIH in the United States. So again, back to that Pluto return in Capricorn, things being dismantled, tower moments being revealed, going back to what is righteous, and grieving, right? Grieving the inhumane actions done by ego-driven people, mad scientists, who have done wrong to humanity, to the planet, to animals, to all living. Ceres is generally understated and not very adorned, and she very much appreciates the ordinary. So getting back in sync with nature, in the rhythm of that. So I just wanted to touch on that because I find it very significant. She rules a lot of the same things that we're witnessing in the Taurus energy, right? With the North Node, where we're needing to head to as a collective, getting more back in sync with nature. It's livestock, it's our food, it's agriculture. It's under attack. Industrialized farming, I've never been supportive of. And so as we're witnessing these things be dismantled, we're being asked with this new moon to plant a seed, to be courageous, to nurture life, to nurture ourselves. Get into the mode of creation and what you want to see, what you want to co-create. It's very important and imperative at this time, because we have a lot of dismantling and a lot of creating, co-creating happening at the same time. So don't let the bars go too out of whack. Grieve what we're witnessing fall away, what we're witnessing be revealed, so that we can be more authentic. We got to be courageous and wear our crown and know that we're worthy as God's children to have a better, more harmonious life for everybody and everything. Not just a certain amount of less than 1% of those who call themselves elite, who think they are the boss of all of us. They want to preach and tell us that and put the fear of climate change into us, blaming us, but what they don't have a problem flying their private jets or running the air conditioning in their homes, do they? Wakey, wakey. Time to wakey, wakey. We're at a precipice here where we don't want the pendulum to fly so far out of whack. And how you can break free from those chains is to question everything and listen to your heart. Listen to that energy of your solar plexus. When your body knows there's something that's not in resonance, the Holy Spirit speaks through you. You just have to quiet that mind to listen. That's why the importance of meditation and prayer, I believe, is so powerful. So before I go on, we're going to draw one card from my twin flame journey, and I'll read the Sabian symbol for the new moon in Leo. I always ask for the divine white light, the Holy Spirit, to guide me, uplift me. Wow, I'm really clumsy today. I'm just finding the encouragement from the divine is right there available for all of us. We just have to be still and listen. Wear your crown of magnificence. And what I just found out recently myself is I'm a generator, and I'm here to uplift humanity. And I've been through a lot of shit myself, a lot of heartbreak and a lot of grief. Flipped out again. Divine intervention in the tower. So before I go on with this overall energy for the week of July 25th-ish through the end of the month of July 2022 is, I'm here to uplift humanity. As I rise, other people rise. I've been in the pits of hell. I've been in the pits of feeling no hope. I have felt deep grief with having a child leave his physical body before me. But my duty and my passion has been, since I started this channel, to uplift and encourage others. That's why I do readings for encouragement and guidance, integrating it with the astrology. I don't do predictions, and the prime example coming up right now is the Uranus wild card in Taurus, coming in conjunction with Mars and the North Node. So this Tower card, again, painful things, structures falling that we have maybe all of our life had a belief system in, thinking that religion or government or our schoolings or whatever was for us. Those structures are falling, but ultimately it is divine intervention, because truth needs no defending. Truth stands alone, and with the help of the Pluto return, we have 3 weeks in a row gotten this card. So if you're new today, go back and just, dabble around, see what you can find, see what messages come through for you. Let me just peek out the window at my chickens real quick. Okay, he's just talking. So again, tower moments can be disturbing, can be very, very painful, can be mind-boggling, can be a shock and awe, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, we have to wear that crown, knowing that we're all children of the Creator, and that this divine intervention is for truth as we move into the age of Aquarius. We have to get reconnected back to nature and in rhythm with her. And that is a very prime example with Ceres in conjunction with this new moon in Leo, and also the big happenings of the Taurus energy. Uranus will be there through 2026, so a lot of changes in the body as we're integrating the light and the Schumann resonance back and forth with the consciousness of humanity. That interaction, getting back in sync with nature, how we grow our food. And let me just tell you, before the ranchers had cattle, there were bison. That is a natural in sync with nature, roaming the land, fertilizing the soil with their droppings. And what has been demonized, and the push of wanting us to eat bugs or telling us it's the cattle or our fault about climate change, let me just tell you, industrialized farming may be the issue. The cattle were never meant to be into food lots that they can't move. They can't fertilize the ground. They're in these locked cages. No animal nor human should be caged. We're sovereign. So now is the time to drop the chains, whatever it is that's holding you back, whether it be a belief system that you're not good enough. Now is the time to know your righteousness, to know your sovereignty, to wear that crown of authenticity, to be real with yourself. And don't you dare dim your light for anybody in this world, right? So let's go on to the Sabian symbol before I draw a couple more cards. Again, it's happening at 5 degrees 38 minutes. So we will be reading the 6-degree Sabian symbol for Leo. An old-fashioned woman and an up-to-date girl. An old-fashioned woman and an up-to-date girl. So a new version of yourself, but taking that wisdom of the past, of the life experiences that you've been through, integrating both. Not having to leave behind one just to become another. Take your morals with you, take your life lessons with you, and update yourself. Wear your crown. Be proud. Be proud. Contrast is the key word. Something old, something new, something shared. This symbol speaks to the function and the purpose of role play in the everyday world. The image of an old-fashioned woman and up-to-date girl dramatizes opposites, and it emphasizes the importance of learning to cooperate and look at life from the reverse or flip side of things, so being open to perspectives. Here, maturity, tradition, and established values of the past are contrasted with liberalism, youth, innovation, and formative values. The implication of competing impulses to both stand still and move forward. So that's the Mars-Saturn effect. Stand still, but yet move forward. Provides the stimulus for each side to look beyond the surface appearances for common ground on which to come together in mutual appreciation of what each side has to offer. That's important because more than ever, it's been happening for generations, but more than ever, the separate, divide, conquer agenda is full throttle. They're weaponizing, they're breaking down the family, they're trying to confuse people with gender. They won't even say woman. I'm proud to say woman. Do I have a Mars masculine energy in me that's a go-getter? Hell yes, but I'm a woman. And I will not let anybody confuse me on that, aside from what my sexual preference is. Don't let them separate, divide, conquer. It is the oldest psychological war, and now they're doing it with mask, no mask, jab, no jab. climate guru, beef is bad, this is bad, break free, be a critical thinker, take your wisdom forward, be open to innovation, but take your moral compass with you into the new version of yourself, right? On the positive side of this 6th degree Leo energy is, at its highest, this symbol represents accomplishments through cooperation and creative use of the opinions and values of others. On the lower aspect, it is in your face, self-assertion or fear of confrontation or change. So the Fauci's back out there tooting his horn on the next fear tactic. Any of these egoic people that are going to keep trying to push their agenda will be revealed. So stay open to that. Today, the ascent is on disparity and contradiction. The challenge is on finding ways to preserve those things of the past that have maintained their value while supporting whatever holds promise of the future. So again, it's all about that. Right now with the new moon, plant the seed. What do I want to take forward? What do I want to leave behind? How can I integrate the life lessons of the past and still be open and innovative and also open to perceive different perspectives? That's where you're going to ride the best right now, because this fixed energy, we can get stuck and too fixed. And what happens is it sets us up for failure, basically. So we have to be open right now and shifty and changeable. So if you have a lot of mutable energy in your chart and within you, probably be really helpful right now. Just keep it in mind that you can be open to perceive, a lot of wild cards with that Uranus energy, right? So the opportunity is, pardon me, your greatest advantage lies in being sensitive to the feelings and needs of those who may be in conflict. So have compassion and be heart-centered for those that have bought hook, line, and sinker, the snake oil of those crazy psychopaths that want to dominate over all of humanity and try to take away our sovereignty. That those have been people who have been brainwashed. You almost have to go into this perspective of, you don't have to be around them, but send them love, blast them with light, Focus on commonly shared goals and ideals and find ways to cooperate. So the majority of people, if they realized that about the WHO and the World Economic Forum and the Klaus Schwabs, that it's actually not even a party, it's these few select crazy psychopaths wanting to dominate over all of us, if everybody could see that, humanity would have a whole different perspective and stop fighting over Democrat, Republican, black, white, all the fucking duality that they're feeding. They know, right? So the risk is guard against throwing the baby out of the bath by insisting a complete purge or breaking with the past. It doesn't have to be either or. So let's take forward the good things, right? Let's take forward the good things of the past into the future and be innovative. That's all about the Aquarian age. But do not allow AI to disconnect you from nature and the rhythm of Earth or your body. It's a shady thing. So the stepping stones are contrast, difference, disparity, contradiction, conflict, disagreement, deviation, opposites, distinction, deliverance, variety, and stimulation. So find what it is that stimulates you, that makes your creative. What are you passionate about? I'm passionate about this channel because as a generator in human design, it's my soul's journey to uplift humanity. It's crazy. I have so many life experiences to be able to share how I've overcame feeling defeated or loss of hope. And I have passion for my animals. I have passion for cooking, wholesome foods as good as I can. Always praying over your food is important. the energy we put into things is important. So I haven't drawn from this one, but we're going to do the Enchanted Map. We'll do a couple cards again. For the new moon in Leo, I always ask for the Holy Spirit to guide me for whatever message needs to come through for this new moon in Leo. You know, we're having a lot of different upgrades and integration happening, you know. A lot of us have experienced nervous system updates where you just go through a lot of anxiety, a lot of grief, you know, feel into that grief. Ceres wants us to get in tune with that. Ceres also wants us to nurture and see within ourselves how we nurture ourselves and others and the animals, right? And that's huge right now with all of the 4,000 beagles were released. I think I said that earlier, that the fraud Fauci was funding with the American tax dollars to do just horrific mad scientist shit on. So praise Jesus. Let's keep having those things be revealed. Let the old Babylonian towers fall for a time of more divinity. So, from the Enchanted Map Oracle, we got Rescue, card 16. Rescue. Try to turn my computer screen off. Maybe we won't get as much glare. There we go. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask for assistance and it will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into the right relationship with the divine and you'll see many conditions line up as if they are magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is in place within. So there's a lot of fear coming up. Don't deny it, right? And then it's being pushed by this agenda. Whatever it is within you, call it upon the divine. I know one of the things that since my son left his body, when I get up in the morning, I am immediately talking to Creator. Good morning, God. Show me who I truly am today, right? So that my ego, Leo out of balance, doesn't feel like I have to have it all figured out. So the energy right now is rescue. Right within you is the divine. Connect every single day. And that is how you become that overcomer. That is how you embrace your authenticity and wear your crown. Let's do an I am affirmation before. Let's do one more tarot too from the Twin Flame. We're going to draw another card from the Twin Flame Tarot for the energy of the new moon in Leo and also for the last week of July 2022. I know we're going through a lot of upheaval. Call upon the divine as those tower moments are taking place, whether it be in your personal life or whether you've done your shadow work and you're kind of just dealing with the onion layers of that, or thinking and reflecting and grieving what we're witnessing in the outer world. Be real with it. King of Wands, visionary leader. So cardinal energy, again, a lot of fire and air energy happening. And the things that are happening in earth energy are very, collectively, the Pluto return of the United States. Be that visionary leader. Be proud. Make your mark. Be courageous, right? and just keep going with whatever it is within you that brings you passion and sparks that fire energy within you. Very beautiful. This to me also reminds me of, you know, if you're tuned in to listen today, that you already have this vision within you and you're ready to just step out. So now is the time to just go for it. The I am affirmation is I am at home in my body. Hand over heart. I am at home in my body. Embrace this human experience. It's actually a gift. I know there's a lot of insanity happening with these tower moments on the earth plane. It is very intense, especially if you're sensitive like myself. But just remind yourself, connect with the divine every day, however often you need to remind yourself of who you truly are. Wear that crown. Be proud. Be courageous. And as we're going through those tower moments, have a knowingness within you that you are at home in your body for this experience at this time because of divine. Thank you so much for joining with me today. If you were new, if you like this, please give it a like. Comments are always welcome. Appreciate it. Share it out to your whatever social media platforms you're on. And until the next time, shalom, shalom.